Most of us really start our minimalism journey really excited to do this huge purge and declutter. Decluttering doesn't always have to be a huge project though. There are also still some ways to start small and still see a great change. And when we started doing that, that has also allowed us to feel like we were still making progress, even if we did some small changes. Here are 30 things that you can literally get rid of in just a few minutes.
Paper towel holder. So I have to admit I used to have one of these, but it's just an extra gadget that's unnecessary, at least for us. Paper towel does stand up on its own. Although we use microfiber cloths primarily for all of our cleanups, we do keep paper towel on hand just in case for certain things. When we're done using the paper towel roll, we just put it right under the sink next to the cleaners.
We used to feel like we needed to keep all the cords that we found, even if we had no idea what it went to. What if one day we needed it? Well, that day never came, and all that happened was we just kept accumulating more and more cords. So now, if we don't know what it goes to, it's simple. We just go ahead and get rid of any cords that we don't know what it goes to. And quickly, it's allowed us to eliminate so much clutter in our house.
Whenever we get a new item, there's typically a manual in the box. We'll use it for the initial setup, but then after that, we will just get rid of it. Nowadays, most things are just a quick Google search away. So it's actually a lot easier to just look up this manual online than storing it in your home.
So one day I grabbed my keys and I realized I have no idea where half of these keys go to. I looked at Carlene's keys one day and I realized that she really only had what she needed. So I just decided to get rid of everything that I know I'm never going to need access to.
We recently purchased a new toaster when our old one just stopped working one day. Instead of keeping the box like I did in the past, I used to store those boxes away just in case something went wrong with the appliance. But nowadays, a lot of stores are allowing you to return a product with just a receipt, even without a box. So that was the case in this situation, so we just went ahead and got rid of it.
I remember whenever we lived in our first apartment, we had mugs for everything. Mugs from our wedding, mugs as gifts. More than half of those mugs we really never used. Most of us coffee drinkers, we have our special coffee mug. So now we have a few of this same mug, and it just keeps it really simple.
You ever go out to eat or order takeout, and in the bag it includes a ton of sauce packets? Well, we used to have a whole drawer dedicated to all of these things, but now we don't. We just get rid of it immediately if we don't use it, and we try not to get excess amounts of these things anymore. So if they ask us if we want extra sauce, we just say no.
A lot of these books that I have, I would always tell myself, I know that I'm gonna read them again because they had such good information in it. But reality is, the books were just so good that I think I'm gonna read them again, but I really haven't. So now when I'm done with the book, I usually just try to get rid of it, even if I take notes in it.
Every couple of months, we go through our medicine bin and we take out anything that's expired or something that we no longer need to take. Did you know that you can take expired medication to your local pharmacy? This is a much better option than flushing it down the toilet or throwing it in the trash.
Whether it comes to cosmetics that we use or even stuff that we have for our kids, we would always find half-used bottles of diaper cream or baby lotion or you name it. Instead of just accumulating more and more of these different things, we just get rid of whatever we don't use, and if we know that we're not going to use it again, even if it's halfway full, we just get rid of it. The anxiety and stress from visual clutter is super real. So even on our fridge, we don't keep anything on there. We used to keep all kinds of stuff, but it's funny how it would just make our kitchen feel really busy. So even with kids' artwork, we keep it in a binder if we want to look back at it. We don't just put it on the fridge anymore.
I don't have a lot of shoes, but for some reason I held on to some boots that I've had for many years. And unfortunately, after 3 pregnancies, I think my feet have grown because they don't fit me at all anymore. So instead of holding on to them hoping that my feet go back to their normal size, I think I'm just gonna donate them. Every week right before I go grocery shopping, I look in the fridge to do a quick inventory, and while I'm at it, I see exactly what we have and what we need, as well as anything that's expired. I try not to waste any food, but there are times when a few things will go bad. Those things I throw away right away.
Wow, do I remember opening up a cabinet in our old home and lids and tons of pieces of Tupperware just falling out. Stuff that we didn't even know that we had. It's so easy now because we only keep a few pieces of Tupperware, but if there's a piece of Tupperware that does not have a lid, that's an immediate indicator for us that it's time to get rid of it.
I love taking notes because it helps me retain information, but one thing I realized was that I never go back and refer to that. So all of my old journals, I just got rid of them.
Instead of keeping a paper calendar, everything that I do is digital. It's on my phone, it's on my computer, easy to access, and I don't have to worry if I misplaced it or not.
We've earned so much money back from using Fetch. It's just as simple as taking a picture of your receipt on the app and earning points. We are not sponsored by Fetch, although we do love the app. However, we will put in the description a link so that you can join and automatically earn points.
I remember when laundry days would come, I would always have this fear that I know a pair of socks are gonna go missing. And then, as you would believe it, there would come one single sock. I would hold on to these socks in hopes that the lost one would find its way home, but it never does. Instead, after a short period of time, I just get rid of these single socks. And it's really helped declutter that area of my closet.
I'm currently on a weight loss journey, and I had a lot of clothes from years ago that didn't fit me anymore. Instead of looking at those clothes as motivation, they kind of made me feel guilty and a little bit sad. So instead of those reminders being there every day, I just decided to declutter them and give them to someone who fit them right now.
Years and years ago, we used to have all the things in our living room. We used to have coffee tables, side tables, end tables, everything. But we really love the space that comes with not having these things. And it really helps us with the visual clutter. So we don't buy them anymore. If you have pieces of furniture that you know you just don't really need, this is an easy one. And whoever you donate it to or even sell it to will be really grateful.
We talk a lot about physical clutter, but for me, digital clutter is a big one too. I go through my apps and delete anything that I don't need or use.
In our bedroom, we only have one side table on Carlene's side, but we used to have all kinds of stuff on it. We've cleared that off completely, and all we have is a light and our sunrise alarm clock. As good as bath mats might be, it's not good to have a worn out bath mat. This is a really easy one to just quickly get rid of and throw away.
My kids never look for coloring books that are empty. In fact, they don't want them anymore, so we get rid of them. Instead of storing takeout menus in your home, consider just searching online for that restaurant's menu. Most of the time, they have them available.
I remember there was a time that we considered plants. We even considered fake ones. But we'd rather just not have something to maintain in our house. We already have 3 kids, so that's enough for us to maintain. So we like how not having plants just gives us some breathing room and also helps with some of that visual clutter piece.
My kids love to color and draw, and a lot of the times the caps are not put back on correctly. Therefore, we have a lot of dried out markers. So I go through them and I get rid of whichever ones are not working.
There have been many days where Carlene and I would have conversations on all the aspirations we had in cooking, how we wanted to learn how to cook this new recipe or be able to cook that. Well, it's really just not our thing. So with the pieces of cookware that we accumulated over time because we thought that we might pick up a new skill, instead we just go for the multi-use stuff now and we donate whatever it is that we don't use anymore. I love sports. It's truly my outlet. A lot of people that I know will get into a sport and they'll do it maybe once or twice, but it's not something that they plan on doing for a while. What I like to do is I like to just really sit there and think, am I going to play this sport within even the next 3 or 4 months? If not, it's probably not worth keeping. You can easily ask a friend or a poll on Facebook of people who might be interested in it. You'd be surprised how many people would take it.
I had to be real with myself when it came to cookbooks. I'm not someone who wants to follow recipes that have 50 ingredients, and a lot of my cookbooks were like that. So, I donated them.
Now this one is tricky, but it's so simple. Pens that don't work, we usually keep them for some reason. Maybe out of nowhere the ink will reappear. They don't. So pens, once they stop working, we just immediately throw it away and replace it. You know, as you're gaining some momentum with this quick declutter, watch these couple of videos that can show you how to sustainably keep moving forward in your minimalism journey. Stay minimal, our friends, and we will see you in the next video.